With headlines and punchlines for February 17th, 2026, the 393rd day of the Sex Offender Administration. A U.S. judge in Pennsylvania on Monday ordered the National Park Service to reinstall a slavery exhibit at a Philadelphia historic site, pending the outcome of ongoing litigation after the city sued the federal government over its removal. Trump ordered all references to slavery be removed in an effort to re-white history. Companies from Levi Strauss & Company to McCormick & Company, among others, say they are raising prices early this year on items from blue jeans and spices to housewares and industrial products. After holding the line on prices for several months, companies big and small have begun a new round of increases, in some cases by high single-digit percentage points. They said they were holding the line. Attention shoppers, shit's about to get real. Expensive. A shooting during a Rhode Island youth hockey game left 3 people dead, including the shooter, and 3 more hospitalized Monday night in critical condition. The shooter was identified as Robert Dorgan, who identified himself as Roberta Esposito. It appears that this was a targeted event and may likely be a family dispute. This is a mass shooting that identifies as a family affair. It's a family affair. Anderson Cooper is leaving 60 Minutes after 2 decades as a correspondent at CBS News' weekly documentary program. Through a CNN spokesperson, Cooper said he decided not to renew his CBS contract and that he planned to spend more time with his young children. He'd rather deal with 2 small boys than with CBS. Conservative bullshit. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for February 17th, 2026, the 393rd day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Try something different.
We got a cup of coffee in here, please.
No. See what happens. Oh, I got
Damn good coffee and hot.
Mind Dog is your mind's best friend. Mind Dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
It doesn't really matter. Does it matter to me? Does it matter to you? No. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, Kickpot. No, Kickpot. No. You come back every day. Or maybe you don't even know you come back every day. You 4-pot vouchers. You don't even know what you're doing, do you? Bad morning, good morning, bad morning, America and beyond. It is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, and I'm your depressing, curmudgeon, sad guy. Today will be, I can't even say it, man. Look, I'm getting all choked up. Today will be Autumn's last day. Autumn, the beautiful golden lab. So I'm kind of bummed out and not in a great state of mind, but we'll try to get through today and make the best of it. Pat Daly, who's been with us before, will be with us again. How about that? Well, have you had it before? Well, you got it again. Pat is the author of sci-fi novels. This is the fourth in his series. It's one called Ember. It's about kids trying to stop a nuclear war or nuclear annihilation. And I say, knock it off, kids. Let the nuclear annihilation happen. That's what I say. And you know what? I want to talk to him about. I'm down the YouTube, a whole different YouTube rabbit hole, if you will. Got this guy. Who is this guy? I don't know his name. But it's some scientist dude who's saying we'll never. First of all, aliens can't get here. We can't get there. We'll never. But he's also saying we're never going to get to Mars, which I don't care. I don't want to go to Mars. I have no ambition, no desire to go to Mars. Richard Feynman, physicist, is kind of making the case that Elon's just daydreaming, and in a way. This is just me being just a little fucking party pooper. I want to see. I would like it to see Elon fail in his attempt to get to Mars, and NASA, fuck, you can't go to Mars, because I'm a spiteful little cunt like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. That is the word I'm talking about. So anyway, yeah, so maybe because Pat Daly has worked on like the space shuttle and stuff like that, and worked for NASA, so maybe he has some opinions about this stuff. Anyway, the world is just Epstein, Schmepstein. It's all just over everything. So I'm waiting for the nuclear explosion, nuclear annihilation, nuclear blah 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 blah, and let's make the best of it, right? I got a busy week this week at paint parties and music shows, and Mets paintings. I got work to do, and you know me, I don't like to leave the house. I really don't like to leave the house. So, but I'll be leaving the house a lot this week. Looking forward to Saturday if I get there, because I have a sort of early day. Yesterday I talked about going to bad neighborhoods, Greenpoint, Brooklyn, which might be a bad neighborhood, but it's 12:30. What is it? 12:30? Might be 10:30 to 12:30, something like that. Early morning painting. Start the day off right and get happy and get out of there, and then have a day, right? All right. I'm going to tell you about Wine Express. If I can tell you about Wine Express, and you know how sloppy I am with this crap, so bear with me, because I'm very sloppy with this crap. You know how sloppy I am with this crap. You already knew that, but I got to lower down the music a lot here. And I think it has a little cut, bing, 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 with a count off and a bing, bing, bing. Right? You hear that? That's just wonderful with the bing, bing, bings. Okay, let me tell you about Wine Express. It's not quite loud enough, is it? Let me bring it up just a little bit here. That's more like it. I can get into the groove here. But it's not really a groove. WineExpress.com, folks. That's what you're looking at there. Exclusive shop partner of the Wine Enthusiast catalog and website, which have been providing quality wine and accessories and storage for 40 years. During that time, they've served millions of satisfied customers and built a loyal following of avid wine lovers. It's only natural then for them to have teamed up with the great wine shop to bring you and the rest of their customers quality wines at value prices. And I wish I could read and talk. Wine Express, you get free shipping on orders of like $7 billion or more. So buy $7 billion worth of wine, and you'll be whining like me, just a whiner, right? You know what? They got this thing going on here, New York State, to allow them to sell wines in supermarkets. And people are arguing, well, that will be bad for wine sales. Well, you don't even worry about that. Just go to wineexpress.com and become a wino. I would become a wino. I'm a bureau, but I'm going to become a wino. really soon. But go to wineexpress.com. The link is in the description. It helps our channel out because we're not going to be here much longer. We're waiting for a nuclear annihilation. But in the meantime, why not get wined up, right? Wine Express can help you do that for cheap. And if you order $7 billion worth of wine, you get free shipping. I can't see what the actual price is, but it's somewhere around $7 billion, right? So get some of that. Well, or, just come over. Come over with a bottle of wine. How about that? All right, wineexpress.com. Links in the description. Go get it. Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now, a man who hates fade out as I fade out, GD Featherton. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. And I have no idea what you just said. I hate it, but okay. St. Patrick's Day is 1 month away. Go to MindDogTV.com/merch to order St. Patty's gear. That's right. Spend your green on our green. Support your local mercenaries and enjoy the suffering.
There is St. Patrick's Day. The first time you've said something that is actually in the store, I think. Maybe not the first time, but one of the first times. One of the rare.
It was an oversight. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. It will never happen again.
Yeah, all right.
I apologize to the pygmies that are in the merchandise section of the Coffee with the Dog shop.
So, what is it? Is it 30 days away? Because I know it's the 17th, but February is short 2 days, so it's like 20.
Well, okay. First of all, don't be selling February short. Don't be selling it short, okay? It's a month like every other month. It didn't pick the number of days. Okay, that's like picking on a child because their parents got together and they fucked and the child grew like 5'6" and all the other kids.
How did February get to be the runt of the litter?
It was added last or late.
No,
it was
second month.
Yeah, the months were not added in order.
So when January, like May,
think about it.
Down with that.
Okay, here you go. Think about it. September means 7, but it's the 9th month. October means 8th, it's the 10th month. November means 9th, it's the 11th month. December means 10th, it's the 12th month.
All right. So
okay, initially they had 10 months and they added 2 more.
Which ones did they add? Not February. I don't know if you know this. February means 28.
I think they added July and August. If memory serves me correctly, I think
Julius and Augustus, right? I got that part right. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was the competition. No, Julia Child. She was one, and of course, then she got her month. Well, of course, Gustav, the other chef, her competing chef, wanted a month also. So it was a chef thing. Julia Child and Gustav.
Achoo, I say.
Yes.
Achoo. Achoo.
So that's history as I remember it.
Okay. Boy, it seems like a month since that conversation started. Or maybe just like a short month. 28 days.
Yeah. But there's also, I think, at least 8 different types of months, 8 different units of month. I don't remember the exact number now.
But how do they put like this one? And we're gonna give this one 31 and this one 30. I mean, if you take the 31st day from March and put it on the end of April, would that really fuck things up?
You know, what would really make things good if we had 13 months that were all the same length. Somebody has a thing about that. You could actually do 13 months, and all the months would be the same. And you wouldn't have to do the leap year.
365 is not equally divided by 13.
Not equally. But I'm just saying there was some video about it, but I think it's 13 months. And
gotta stay away from them videos, man. They're poison to me. You see what they're doing to me? Look at me. Look at me. You don't want to end up like me. Stay away from video. Don't look at video.
Well, the thing that I liked about it wasn't that, because I knew the math was a little bit off, but the thing that I liked about was that March could be the first month of the year. And so
how about May? Could we have May?
Well, because remember, March is spring. That's when spring starts. And you could start the year off with Spring.
March is spring, but it starts with lions. I don't want to start with lions. I want to start with lambs.
You can redo it. You can actually start the year. I'm just saying, if we start from scratch, we can start the year on the equinox. First day of spring could be the first day of the year.
All right, that would be nice. But still, there's a lion there.
I'm not saying it would affect any of the other. Okay.
Why don't we just fuck everything? Why don't we just fuck everything over? Say a minute is an hour is a second, a month is a week. Why don't we just?
Okay, here's this is how the 13th month thing works. The 13-month calendar, often referred to as the International Fixed Calendar, divides the year to 13 months of 28 days each, totaling 364 days. An additional day, sometimes called a null day or a year day, is added at the end of the year, making it a total of 365 days.
Oh, now
this structure ensures that every month has exactly 4 weeks, which simplifies planning and scheduling and boogity.
It's starting to feel like the Bible. Well, God's days aren't the same as your day. It's like, stop.
No, it doesn't say anything about the days being any different. See, it would still be a day would still be 24 point something hours, or 24.6, 24.31. I can't remember. 24.28 hours.
Too late to turn back now. I believe it's March.
Okay, so that's it. That's how that works.
Hope you're doing awesome. I got an email that says, hope I'm doing awesome. Am I doing awesome? I don't think
so. Sure. Yeah. You're doing wonderful. You haven't you haven't stabbed anybody today.
You don't know that. I don't even know that. I'm not even sure about that. I'm mourning a dog worse than I've ever, and she's not even dead yet. Sorry. Maybe I hope she's not listening. Wait, what today? What happened? It's worse than I've ever mourned a person. I can't handle it. I know. You know what? I'm thinking about this because I know she's going where I want to go, wherever that is. It's not here. Quiet,
to a
peaceful
farm in upstate New York.
Whatever. It's better than this fucking miserable fucking existence we're going through here with this.
But see, it's only miserable for people who perceive it as miserable. Some people don't perceive it as miserable.
If your kidneys aren't working and you're throwing up stuff that smells like diarrhea, like she is. It's miserable. I mean,
you said that she was wagging her tail and like she was totally oblivious.
Yeah, when I saw her.
Okay, so she's not. See, so there's some projection.
My stepdaughter texted me in the middle of the night. She just threw up and it smells like diarrhea. I think tomorrow's the day, which means today's the day. So I mean, you're throwing up diarrhea.
She didn't say she was throwing up diarrhea. She said it smelled like diarrhea.
Right. Well, still, wouldn't you want to be dead if you're puking up?
Now, if it's a one-time, look, if I thought I wanted to die every time I puked up something that didn't smell right, I'd have died the first time I overdrank. Okay, there's stuff that's going to come out of your body that's not going to smell right, and it doesn't smell right because it doesn't belong in your body. That's why it's working its way out.
But her kidneys aren't working, and that's why it's because she's not.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not condoning, nor I'm just saying that there's a lot of projection that you're throwing on out here. You know, you're throwing some of your suffering onto the dog. I don't know if the dog is suffering or not. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever what's going on with the dog. None.
When I'm with her, she seems happy. But you know what? My stepdaughter is a much better judge of it because she's with her far more time than I am, and well,
maybe the dog is happier with you. Maybe the dog wouldn't have got sick if it stayed with you and you hadn't kicked it out of the house, you mean bastard. Maybe the dog wouldn't have stressed out, got kidney cancer.
Well, I'm already getting enough blame. I'm already getting enough blame with when she lived here that she got Lyme disease, and that's what caused this kidney failure.
Your fault. What you did? You brought the tick in.
Well,
you said
I didn't do enough to keep the ticks out of the neighborhood.
Hey, Autumn. I brought you something. It's a tick. Oh no, not just any tick. It's a Lyme tick. I could have gotten you a lemon tick or an orange tick. Or look, they got spearmint ticks. I got your lime because I know you like lime. We're going to squeeze it and keep it in a Corona.
The thing I'm thinking about though is, we this is acceptable to kind of play. Tomorrow's your last day. I mean, that's a brutal, but or today's your last day now. But if it were a human being, it would be, oh my God, this you got to get locked. You get Dr. Kevorkian, you should go to jail for this kind of stuff. And the difference there, we're being more humane to animals than we would be to humans, and that's
true. That depends on the state. There are some states where you can Kevorkian a person.
Really?
Yeah.
What state?
I'll find out for you. I believe it's on the West Coast.
Yeah, that sounds about
I think
right.
there's 2 states on the West Coast where you can what's it called? Assisted suicide?
No, I'd just rather call it euthanasia if we could. Because YouTube
I'm just
doesn't
looking for
like
the legal
S word.
term. I'm looking for the legal term, okay?
Well, yeah, but we don't want the YouTube frowns on that word. We'll call it assisted self-unalived, maybe.
Oh, they calling assisted dying. That's how I Googled it. All I typed in is where is ass. That's as far as I got. I typed in where is ass, and it came up with assisted dying legal. So I'm just saying, now, if Ron had typed in where his ass, I don't think it would have come up with where is assisted dying legal. I think I'm sorry, I'm the only one thinking this is funny because
I'm sorry, I think I'm going to puke up some diarrhea.
Oh, man.
Ready?
No, I'm just saying, my search history is...
everybody get ready. We'll take a screenshot of me puking up diarrhea.
Okay.
I'm not
Death
doing
with
it.
Dignity in the U.S.
Death with Dignity.
Current as of February 11, 2026 in your state. So let me see. This is Arizona status considering. Okay. All right, here we go. There we go. It's color coded. So it's legal in Washington State, Oregon State, California State, which I
don't think you have to say state after every state.
Montana State. Colorado State. It's just the universities. It's not in the whole. It's not in the whole geographic area. It's just at the universities.
It's not like there's a small town called Rhode Island.
Yeah, New Mexico
Rhode Island
State.
Rhode Island,
New Mexico
County.
State, and their mascot is the pillow. Illinois.
Wow, it's
New
a lot
York,
of places where they allow you
New
to kill
York,
people.
Vermont,
New York.
Yes, Vermont.
I could get assisted that
Maine,
unaliving thing.
Jersey. But
who do I wait? How do I call? Who? How do I? What do I? Is there like a because
Delaware?
You know, the suicide hotline got in trouble. I mean, the self-unaliving hotline got in trouble for saying self-unaliving is only one option. I don't think that's what you want to tell somebody.
Good morning, Ann. In California, one of the states where you could offer yourself.
Hello, I'm thinking about self-unaliving myself. That's only one option. It's not the way to go.
But at any rate, Matt, those are the states where it's legal as of February 11th.
So, but how do you go to the doc and say, I want to know?
I don't know. I have no idea because it's not something that's issue in my life.
You know who knows about this stuff?
I have a friend who knows about it. Erica. Erica knows about it. She just moved her mother to California so she could have Death with Dignity.
That's I was thinking Elizabeth Gordon knows about this, but I don't even know who Erica is. Have I met Erica? You
know who Erica is.
Eric, I do. She's your friend.
Been on the show twice.
Your friend Erica, or
my friend Erica?
She's been on the show twice.
Yes, she's the one with the solar gizmo.
Oh yeah, I thought she was in Florida or something. All right,
see again. I said she moved her mother to California so that she could have Death with Dignity. See the word moved.
Right.
So she could have been in Florida, but she got moved.
She moved to mother. She didn't even move.
She did.
Just moved you go there and die. I'll stay here.
She relocated to be with her mother until the end.
I'll stay here and be on with twice with solar energy plug.
And her 2 sisters or 3 sisters, they were all there for her mother in the end.
All right, you want to say hello to Elizabeth Croydon?
Yes.
All right, say hello to her.
Go ahead, Elizabeth. Hi, welcome. Matt wants to know what you know about states where you have legal assisted dying.
Oh, death with dignity. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's a death. Yeah, death with dignity.
Yeah,
diggity
death with
diggity,
diggity.
diggity death.
I love that. Death with
death with diggity.
Diggity.
That's
Getting
right.
it jiggity to the bone. Death with diggity. I got Jesus on my phone. Diggy. Yeah. I'm down.
Hot diggity death. Hot diggity death.
My plan is to have a bucket hit list so that all my friends, no matter where they are, can play a list of songs when I leave.
Oh, I thought it was like my bucket hit list. Like if I find out I'm dying, these are the people I'm taking out.
Oh, that's a
so we had 2 totally different,
and I can't discuss that on Matthew's show.
Okay, I just said we had 2 totally different concepts of a bucket hit list.
That's my bucket shit list.
Oh. See, when my mother was dying, when my mother was in the hospice,
it always comes back to his mother. Yeah, have you realized that yet?
Okay, that's it. When my brother's mother was dying.
Oh, okay.
When my brother's mother was dying,
brother from another mother or your brother?
Whatever makes Matt not talk about my mother. My brother's mother.
Punch me in the gut, you guys. My mother was just diagnosed with fallopian tube cancer, advanced ovarian cancer, and
not to make light of it, but
no, don't.
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry about your mother's situation and all you're going through. But I just want to let the audience know, because this is I think somewhat relevant, that fallopian cancer was my nickname in high school.
I love that. I played
in a band called Fallopian Cancer.
Yeah.
Now, but I'm curious. Okay.
Is that where the tubes came from? Is that
they were an offshoot?
That
they were actually an offshoot of our band. Our lead singer left to form the Tubes.
That's big O energy. You guys got big ovaries, and
actually, by the time I got to college, it was vaginal dryness was my nickname, but
that was also his.
You know what, Matt? I figured it out. I figured out why people mess with you. Why you're in a poor neighborhood at night and it's Hispanic and you get attacked. You're helping out old people at Walmart and you get attacked. I figured it out. DD, let me know your opinion. You and Robert Duvall, bless his soul, have the same forehead. You have the same energy, the same forehead. And everybody knows you can't mess with Duvall. And so you're just a walking challenge for weak people.
My Al Pacino, a.k.a. Michael Corleone, messed with Duvall. I mean, basically said, Tom. I don't know what he said. Tom. He said Tom, and that was it.
Yeah. He said, Tom, where's my invoice? Where are your billable hours, Tom?
And Robert Duvall said, my name's Robert.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the conversation.
He called my sensei. He called Satome Sensei back in the day. Let's see, when did I learn about that? I learned about that around 1997 when I was first pursuing my Shakespeare film. And he wanted Satome Sensei to teach him on his farm in Virginia, Aikido. And Satome Sensei refused because, number one, you cannot take an entire dojo's NASA engineered mat with 7 layers of rubber off to Robert Duvall's house. You can't just roll up the mat and go. And also, you learn more when you train with more than one person. So Sensei wanted him in the dojo, and I was just looking at pitch letters on my first round when I was training under Steven Seagal and Satome Sensei Shihans. And I have a letter. I went out, I looked up his address because I was like, oh my gosh, here's an actor who would understand what I am attempting to do. And never heard back. But then, I was so young, I didn't know how to further pursue the network. after a certain amount of contact, which was, I could beat myself up about it, but why bother? Other people beat me up.
I would like to get that on video if you're beating yourself up.
That's
kind of like
I'll send you the video.
It's like kind of like Ed Norton in the movie with Brad Pitt, Fight Club.
Fight Club,
where he's beating himself up at the end.
Yeah,
that was
time to make the soap. Oh my goddess, I was the worst. I was the worst because one of the two things we learned off the top of Duke Ellington School for the Arts. One was the role and the relationship of the audience and the art. So we learned about like mono output, which would be movies where you don't have a give and take. And then we learned about the theater and how there is a direct give and take in a live situation with an audience. And it's the actor's responsibility to respond, and it's the audience's job to respond to what the actor is presenting you. And then we learned criticism, and we learned constructive critique. And we all became, Miss Donald Lease, who taught Dave Chappelle and was an excellent, profound advocate for equal rights. He played at Woodstock. It might have just been around a bonfire, but he's very proud of that. And he does a killer version of Richie Haven's Freedom. But he would have like 2 hours of notes for us after rehearsals. And so I learned how to critique myself real good. And then I have a mother who would just put me under tremendous intellectual pressure to achieve. And so I would just be I'd take myself hostage, I'd be like, come on, this is the big moment.
Did you duct tape your own mouth?
Yeah.
When you took yourself?
I had to tell jokes, but I definitely had a knife up to my jugular all the time, And then
Go ahead.
I had a knife up to my jugular all the time, and if I failed, jugular, yeah.
I just wanted to go back to something we talked about 3 minutes ago, and that's Boo Radley. I'm sorry, Robert Duvall.
I keto you not.
In honor of Robert Duvall, I think.
You keto me.
In honor of Robert Duvall, I think we should all put a small gift in the knot of a hole of a tree that we find in honor of Robert Duvall. Thank you. Thank you for those people who got the To Kill a Mockingbird reference. You're welcome.
Yeah. Really, you should watch all his work. I spent my allowance of $4.50 a week on 2 of his movies. They were Tender Mercies, which, kind of weird for an 11-year-old to go see it, but it was the talk of the Oscars. And, or there was Oscar talk about that. And I saw his movie, The Apostle. And, that movie was simple. It was, bare naked sets, minimal sets, and minimalistic acting as far as I was concerned, and one of the most powerful movies I've ever seen. And then I went and I rewatched Apocalypse Now, and goddamn, Robbie was hot. Ooh, he had that smoking tight tube body.
So many different, very versatile actor. I mean,
about surfing. What?
He's so versatile. I mean, all the different roles that he had, he was never the same guy in any, not even close, in any of the millions of films he did. He did 7 million films in his life.
Yeah, I love him and Michael Caine together in Secondhand Lions.
Well, I did not. I went to one acting school. It was the RFK Junior Acting School.
Oh, did you gargle Trump's balls too?
And when we did the mono output, we actually were just spreading the disease. We were just kissing and spreading mono with each other.
I'm like I'm a pointing guy. You see how I'm a pointing guy?
Yes,
I saw that. Did you have a point, or were you just randomly pointing, Matt?
Yeah, we're about to become the Daily Show.
That's exciting.
But you brought up RFK.
I'd like to do the every other Daily Show. What?
He brought up RFK Jr. and I didn't even know you knew this about you. He brought him up. He was this big when he got him, and then he brought him up.
His Chat GBT bot is handing out advice about what instruments to put up your rectum.
He started with the guitar. He started with the guitar, but he's ending up with the lute.
A sousaphone would be nice because whatever. RFK Jr. Now, the other day came out with this line about, I'm not afraid of germs because I snorted coke off the toilet seat.
I snorted lines
that is a verbatim Kyle Kinane bit from COVID, right? The COVID vaccine stuff. But verbatim. So he's not only a hack as a health secretary, he's a joke thief and a hack of a comedian. There's no doubt in my mind that he stole that line. And
he's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But you know what?
He did not say it like this.
I was so mad at Trump and Biden for their little golf debate that I suffered through listening to one of his ball gargling. I mean, he called it a debate. He was the only one on stage.
Right. All right. Let me read Pat's intro here, because you think I can read, GD? Could you read it for me? Because I'm all choked up.
I'm busy coughing.
You're busy. All right, I got to zoom in here because my eyes are seeing the glory of being blind. I need new glasses.
Oh.
All right. Pat Daly, who's been with us before, he's the CEO of Boundary Layer Incorporated, a company dedicated to improving human performance, in high-risk endeavors. He is a polymath, which is different than a monomath or a duomath. I don't know. A serial entrepreneur, gamer, and author of the Spark Chronicles. I think this is his fourth book we're going to be talking about, Embers, which is about a bunch of kids trying to stop nuclear annihilation. And I'm saying, let the kids, let the annihilation happen. That's what I'm saying. Anyway,
boys will be boys.
Let's say hello to Pat Daly. Good morning, Pat. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How's everybody on the line?
I'm
excited to hear about your book.
You want to get bummed out? I'll tell you how I'm doing. I'm sad. That's how I'm doing.
Why are you sad?
Because my best girlfriend, my stepdaughter's golden retriever.
Oh no!
She's about to. If she's listening, don't turn over off the radio right now. She's about to say goodbye to this world, and I'm mourning her already worse than I've ever mourned any human being in my life. So anyway, that's part of the reason why I'm ready for nuclear annihilation. Anyway,
well, I'm glad you're mourning her now, and so she can see that. And I'm excited you wrote about nuclear annihilation.
So are you glad you asked, Pat? Are you
delighted to be here? Yeah,
I know. So these kids, they're trying to stop this nuclear annihilation. Why? Don't they have better things to do? Can't they, I don't know, come over your house and play a role-playing game or something?
Well, hey, I'd welcome them. I think they just want to keep going so they can see what adulthood is all about.
Yeah, I get that. You know what? I did a thing for young adolescents the other day, and I was just saying, how weird is it to be alive during this time? In a way, I'm glad my time is almost over, and in a lot of ways. It's just a frightening world. Go ahead.
I remember when I was a child, my worst fear was nuclear annihilation, and I'd pray frantically at night for hours. God, please, no nuclear war. And then the movie War Games came out, and now we've got briefcase bombs. So I'm excited to hear how the kids do it. I mean, it's got to have a happy ending, Pat, or we're cutting this.
Where can I get one of these briefcase bombs that you speak of? Is there a briefcase bomb store? Then I can briefcase bomb.
You just blow someone's phone up now, Matt. If you know the right people in Israel.
Where did you grow up, Pat? What part of?
I grew up in Seattle.
Oh, nice.
Seattle. Did you?
I'm in the other
because
Washington.
Elizabeth is
DC.
talking about this. When I was a kid, we used to have atomic bomb drills and hide under the desk and pull the blinds down and all that stuff.
Duck
Were
and
you
cover.
Yep, I'm old enough to have done that too.
Tommy the Turtle.
And with the what was it, the civil defense alerts?
Oh yeah.
People were building bomb shelters and
civil defense is such a great idea. One of my great friends is into organizing civil defense.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
So
is that what the kids do? Or do they like go, let's get some civil defense going, screw the Boy Scouts. I want to earn a couple civil defense badges, patches, someone on the helmet.
Now the thermonuclear war aspect doesn't come until fairly late in the book, although it's foreshadowed early on, and they so they're concerned about it, and it's got a little bit of that war games. Hey, the AI is giving you the countdown,
right?
When you can expect to see the big blinding flash.
And AI is so much scarier now.
Oh, it is. It is. It's not just, what do they call that? The Whopper back in war game.
Game.
Yeah.
Is that what made you become a gamer? Would you like to play a game?
No, I think if I thought about that, it would have pushed me in the other direction, because that's just a little bit creepy. That whole voice and
yeah,
it's like
Foreman Project.
Yeah, it took a long time to give computers voices. My father was one of the first on the job. He built the first talking terminal, and the first thing he and his blind friend taught it to say was, that's all, folks.
That's a little horrifying.
Yeah, that would be a great sign off for like the new ending in 2001 or your book.
Yeah. Books. Now, I want to get to the meat and bones of Embers, but how do you get from drunk on Sunday or drunk every Sunday to
drunk every Sunday?
How do you get from people are saying what? How do you get from drunk every Sunday to this point where you're writing about possible nuclear annihilation?
All right. Well, I wrote those two books at about the same time.
Wow.
Embers is the fourth book in a thing I call the Spark Chronicles, and it's they're really techno thrillers, sci-fi based techno thrillers, and it's all takes place in the same universe, mostly the same cast. Although, hey, like real life, sometimes not everybody makes it, and the whole Drunk Every Sunday is a completely different genre. Drunk Every Sunday.
I like that.
Yeah, it's Christian nonfiction, and it.
Oh, great!
Christian.
Yeah,
definitely nonfiction. It must take place in the South.
It did. Yeah.
I noticed when I drove through the country and I'd come through the southern states on a weekend, everybody was driving drunk to church. And
it's either you drive drunk to church.
People going to church in their little golf cart,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I have to not take issue with that, but in my case, because playing in a country band and traveling the South, it was more likely hung over from Saturday night driving to church. They weren't drunk; they were just hung over.
All right. Sure looked like they were still drunk to me.
So, but the question I have is like, you're writing Christian fiction, and then all of a sudden you're getting it all sci-fi dystopian stuff. Those are not related genres, it's at least as far as book sales or so. I mean, what made you take that turn, or is it not a turn in your?
Well, it's a turn in my writing. I hadn't written anything, any faith-based stuff before, but this line, I remembered. Okay, I grew up Episcopalian, and so we did this thing called Lent, right? And
which starts today.
Tomorrow. Yeah, because tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. But actually, you could probably count that as sundown tonight would count.
You know, I'm confirmed. That's all I can say.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you for the correction.
Ah,
all right, so Lent starts tomorrow. Ramadan's tonight. New moon in Aquarius and solar eclipse today with the lunar fire horse year. Okay, go on.
I apologize for
you're
her, Pat.
Episcopalian
She hasn't beaten up
child.
enough people yet today. She generally starts her day by going to the dojo and just beating the shit out of people. And today she only got like a couple of people to beat up. So she's taking it out on you. But continue.
Okay.
If you remember the question I asked you and
the
answer you were
you're Episcopalian and you're growing up. Go.
Yep. And so I always thought Lent was a continuous series of days. I thought, okay, 40 days. And now fast forward to I'm an adult. I'm at a dinner party and I had decided to give up drinking for Lent. I was trying to be a good boy, trying to stay away from alcohol for Lent. And there's a priest at this dinner party and it's on a Sunday night. And he says, well, Pat, can I pour you a glass of wine? I go, no. I gave up drinking for Lent. And he says, so?
Yeah.
And I said, well, we're in the middle of Lent. He goes, Pat. Sundays are not part of Lent. And
I like him. I like this guy.
Definitely not Catholic. What? All right, go on.
Well, actually, yeah, that is Catholic.
Really?
Right. Really?
Father
not just Catholic, because my mother, my mother was not a Catholic, and she held the same belief.
Yeah.
Explain.
Okay, here's the deal. The logic behind it is every Sunday is a celebration day, right? It's a celebration of the resurrection. They're like little mini Easters spread out every 7 days throughout the year.
Okay.
So when you look at 40 days, because if you just look at the calendar,
there's an Irishman behind this. Go on.
Well, maybe. Probably.
Yeah.
As you look at the calendar, if you count 40 days from Ash Wednesday, you end up like 6 days before Easter. So you go, well, how does this work or not work? And it turns out that around 1400, the whole Lent thing was never biblical. It was just a practice established by the early Christian church.
Conditioning people to just give up stuff.
Yeah, and it started really with just fasting. If you were going to become a Christian,
giving up my money, fasting.
Yep, fasting. If you were going to become a Christian, they required you to fast for 40 days before you could be baptized. And then that became
for me.
Yeah. So it gradually around, I think Pope Gregory or somebody said, we really ought to pull Sundays out of Lent because, hey, it's,
I'm jonesing like a mofo.
There you go. So in any case.
Yeah, I'm just looking up the significance of 40 days here. And it says 40 days signifies a period of testing, trial, purification, or preparation for a new beginning in many traditions. It appears frequently in the Bible. For example, 40 days of rain, Jesus fasts to represent a complete, often challenging period of transformation or repentance. Doesn't say anything about
actually, it's the number 40 that's more significant than actually the unit, the days of the year, because the Israelites wandered through the desert for 40 years. It's the number 40 that's significant, not the time period.
All right.
If Jesus fasted 40 years, he would have been 73 at the cross and not 33. But.
All right. So back to Pat. Pat.
Yeah. It better be over. This Lent better be over by St. Patrick's Day. Pat, back to you.
Not going to happen. Easter is early April this year, so
it will for the Catholics.
Boy, oh boy! I'm sorry for this, Pat. I mean, it's not helping you sell books.
Lent is canceled. St. Patty's Day is back.
Well, okay.
I think we've had a little wine here this morning. From Wine Express, by the way. Wine Express, there's a link in the description. Check out Wine Express. You get free shipping for orders over $10 billion.
Oh my God. So what? Where are we? We're with Pope. Pat was schooling us on Pope Gregory.
Right. Yeah. That's
and the 40 days in the hole. 40 days in the hole.
What happened to you this morning? What? I'm sorry, Pat. I really am. I don't know how to say it. Just record this. I'm sorry, Pat, and just play it on a loop.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right. I have a question now. How does your experience? You work for NASA, right? Or
yeah.
Did you?
I worked for Honeywell at NASA, so on the shuttle and the station, and a project called the X-38, which was supposed to be a lifeboat for the shuttle.
Did you know Billy Tumulty by any chance?
No.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of people in the.
Yeah, I'm aware. My dad steered satellites. So.
Yeah. Now, how does that experience? Does any of that experience necessary for the kind of things that you write about, the sci-fi stuff? Does that experience of working in I don't know, aerospace or whatever you want to call it, is that a necessary prerequisite, a skill for writing about what you write about?
Not at all. Not a necessary prerequisite, but it certainly informs my writing in that I try to keep the science aspect of science fiction as as realistic as I can.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of sci-fi I think really should be labeled as fantasy because there's no technical basis for it. I met an author once, an aspiring author, and she had written what she thought was science fiction, or she called science fiction. And it was on a planet and they had pink snow. And I said, well, why? Well, because I really like pink. I said, well, okay. Is it crystallized water vapor like snow is on our planet?
Sea salt? What's going on?
Yeah. And she said, yeah, it's water. And I said, well, why is it pink? Well, I like pink. I said, yeah, throw me a bone here somewhere. Give me some reason. Maybe the sun is redder than ours, or maybe there are giant mutated canines roving their planet that urinate pink urine, and so it's like,
oh no,
don't eat pink snow.
Cotton candy. They have cotton candy clouds.
Yeah, GD.
I don't even want to. I'm gonna smack myself now, because that's where pink lemonade came from. It's a pretty disgusting thing. But I'm sorry. You look it up. You'll find out. Anyway, but maybe to your point, maybe we should just take it phi-sci, right? Because the fictional part, if you're just gonna make stuff up, the science is the small part.
I love phi-sci. Look at it. A new genre is being born right here. I want to recognize being part of the creative group mind.
Yeah, it is part of the hive. I mean, if you're just gonna make stuff up, that's not science. That's not the way science works.
Yeah. So call it fantasy. Call it just fiction.
What if the planet had its own pineal gland? Is it pineal or pineal?
I say pineal.
Whatever.
Depends on where you went to school.
Say it differently. Maybe the planet has
its own
guy.
Ralph, who used to work for the cult I work for, used to call the Zyga guy. You're Zyga guy.
They got to calcify the third eye of the planet, so they're dropping that pink drink that the gifted and talented education kids had to drink after they were fed experimental binaural beats in school. Yeah.
Well,
under the guise of the hearing test.
Out of respect for Pat, I will wait till we're done with him to tell you about pink lemonade. All right?
I'm excited about that.
You know about it. All right.
But Pat, I have a question. Not to railroad the interview.
Okay.
I want to know about these kids. Are they gifted and talented? Who's involved?
No.
What are their names?
It's just pain in the ass kids. Go ahead.
Okay. The kids' names are Will Kwan, and Shakri Patel.
Ooh,
Shakri goes by her avatar name, which is Feral Daughter.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And
that's wild. Good for you.
If they'd had normal childhoods, they might end up in a gifted and talented program.
Oh dear.
But it's not. It's certainly not part of the canon of the work.
Wow. All right. And so, what do Ms. Patel and how are their lives unusual?
Well, unusual in many aspects. They're both orphaned. Maybe that's not so unusual.
Unfortunately,
both had relatively happy home lives prior to Will's father dies in the Second Korean War. His mother breaks psychologically and ends up becoming a hoarder, and so he's living in this rat-infested environment. And then she dies in his arms when he's 13. And so he ends up in the foster care system and bounces around, and it's not a happy time. And then
very educational.
Well, yeah, certainly educational. You learn a lot.
You sure do.
And her parents die in a terrorist attack on the Mall of America. And she ends up living with her aunt and her aunt's family. And so that's relatively fine, but she doesn't really fit. She's the square peg that they're trying to hammer into a round hole. And so she runs away to try to find what she's really into, which is gaming. And so that's how they end up connecting, through their love of gaming and their love of this place called Solar Prime Augmented Reality Park. And
Whoa.
So they
augmented reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mall World, the liminal space where all the gate kids were sent.
Yeah. Your AI plays a big part in this story, right? A lot of people are terrified. A lot of people are terrified by AI and its the negative implications of what it can do. What give us your overview. What is AI? Because when I had Mo Gaudat on, he was the head of AI for Google for a lot of years, and I asked him, I said, I was expecting an answer like, "Oh no, of course not." I said, "Do we need to be afraid of AI?" And his answer was, "Oh yes, very much so." I was like, "Oh, that's not what I was hoping." What is your take on AI and our?
Yeah, there's a lot of AI doomsayers out there, but this crowd looks like they might remember Y2K.
Yeah,
and we were all going to die.
You
know, the minute the clock ticked 2000, everything electronic on the planet was going to fail, and we were all going to die horribly and be consumed by feral raccoons or something.
Right.
And yet that didn't happen. And technology found a way to overcome what was really just an electronic bookkeeping problem. And so
it was bookkeeping. Did it come down to money?
Yeah, it was electronic bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. I'm fascinated.
Yeah. So I have a little bit of the same opinion towards AI, and I mean there's a lot of downsides to AI. I think it is crushing creative people. Because I went to a book fair trying to hawk my stuff, and I'm next to an author who had published 10 books in the past year.
Wow. Written on AI, right?
Yeah, written with AI. And so I buy one. I always do these book swaps. I say, hey, I'll buy your book, I'll read your book, I'll review your book. And that was the first book that I'd purchased at one of these things that I just couldn't finish. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was competently written. It wasn't bad. It just, plot-wise.
Because you couldn't finish it, Pat.
Yeah.
But
okay,
if I may,
was not
what
bad.
I would say to this person is, I'll have my AI read your book and tell me what it said.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll have my AI call your AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
They'll work out the contract.
because right before the program this morning, I was watching a guy pitching like some AI crap that he wanted me to buy, and he was saying like AI can write a book as good as Harry Potter, and I was like, no, not as good.
No.
But
Is
you
that the
read the
problem
books
with Ron Hubbard? Is that he had AI write Dianetics? Because I can't finish that book either. Wow.
Maybe.
Well, that's probably good. That's probably good.
Woo!
Yeah, I think the problem with AI is that it is good at being derivative, so it can look at what's out there and mash stuff together, but it's not really good at generating something new. And it certainly lacks any kind of heart, I think, at the moment. So to get the heart and soul of a human being into a story, I think still takes a human writer. Now, does that mean I don't use things like spell check and stuff, which is low level AI? Oh, heck no. I use spell check. I think I have things to check the grammar to make sure I'm not saying throwed and blowed and stuff like that. So yeah, I think AI is low level tools are great. But I think if you turn over the creative process wholesale, you're just going to end up with more videos of deep fake videos out there.
Okay, but I totally agree with you on the creative stuff because we reviewed that stuff a lot. But coming back to this war game scenario, I had a guy on, Brian J. Mora, who was in intelligence during the Able Archers. Able Archers, for what people who don't know, was a real war game scenario in which Russia thought, because their computers had detected a launch towards them and they were ready to fire back, and it took one guy to calm the Soviets down and say they wouldn't do this. I mean, let's slow down here. And if not for that one guy saying, maybe the computers are wrong here, we probably would have ended up in major. So this idea of AI getting involved in strategic defense stuff, and I think government is definitely, they want to do that.
And they're coming forward now.
Scary.
To build on what Matt's saying, they're coming forward now and admitting that they don't use AI to drive these automated cars in tricky situations. They've got drivers. When the driving becomes too difficult for AI, they give it over to humans who are driving behind the scenes. Which I mean, so, just how Pat, easy do you have to be to not drive?
Yeah.
In writing of your book, does the AI come into that part of this nuclear annihilation equation where computers are actually helping us make decisions about blowing each other up?
Actually, yeah, the launch decision is actually made by a Chinese AI in my scenario.
Ouch.
And then the battle takes place in cyberspace between our AI, the good guy AI, and the Chinese AI. And I mean, one of the things that people tend to overlook is how much faster computer processing and computer thought, if you want to call it,
oh my God,
is than human thought. That so much can take place in the span of seconds that an entire war could be fought, won or lost in a minute or less.
Right. It's pretty scary. But now we come to these kids who are trying to thwart this thing. That seemed like, I mean, the kids I know, they would just they don't care. They don't care. They don't have enough passion to even.
Well, I mean, they don't have really much of a future. We've not really given kids much hope of an economic future. They're like, bring it.
Yeah, they're racing towards the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Right. So the characters in your book, are they based on real teens or young people that you know, or is this a part of the fictional part? You just made these kids up there because it's hard to find on planet Earth these days.
Yeah, I had, I guess, kind of archetypes for both Will and Farrell. And Will is very loosely based on a young man that my wife and I were working with several years ago, who his dad had died. His mom became a hoarder, and his mom died pulmonary embolism when he was 13, and he was holding her in his arms when she died.
I'm glad you said hoarder, because when you,
I'm glad you finished. It sounded like his mom
was a hoarder.
I would rather just cut it off right there. His mom became a whore. Oh, yeah. We lost Pat. What happened?
Discriminating against sex workers again. You patriarch.
Discriminating. There's nothing wrong with some of my best friends are hoarders.
I didn't discriminate.
No, yeah, we love hoarders around here.
I love hors d'oeuvres too.
You know, I also, when he said Will Ferrell,
yeah, I heard it too. Yeah,
come back.
Comedy? Is this a comedy?
Is that an inside joke?
No, it's not Will Ferrell. It's
Will and Ferrell.
And Ferrell.
But if you add a third person, it's Will Ferrell and
or
Will
N is his middle initial. Will and Farrell. I didn't know Nate.
Middle initial is Nancy.
I slip inside jokes into my writing. Was that
now I'm going to have to go back and rewrite the whole series.
Yeah.
Well, not the whole series. Just start from the beginning.
Now, where is John C. Reilly in this book?
What is your process?
What's my process?
Yeah.
He uses a lot of AI.
At the risk of Matt and GD feeling like they've lost control of their show, I want to know what your writing process is, because you've got this rigorous series. You have these amazing character arcs and development. That, to me, spells out an incredible discipline of just being chained at your desk. Does your wife shackle you to your chair for 8 hours? How do you do it?
No, you shouldn't shackle me to the chair.
You sound disappointed about that.
No, I just can't see a chair in that scenario.
Shackles, that's a good idea.
Scenario. Yeah.
Does your wife keep you barefoot and pregnant is what we want to know.
Well, not that I talk about much in public.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. Dare I ask this question? Oh, go ahead. You can answer her question.
Oh, I was going to say, generally, my first book that I wrote, it was all seat of the pants. I had a couple of big ideas, and I sat down and I started writing. And eventually, 8 drafts later, I got something publishable. And so
that's a lot of drinking.
That's a lot of drinking, especially in one night.
Wow!
Oh my God!
If I do 8 drafts, I'm not writing anything.
This is a long day's journey into the flight.
Yeah, and so I learned, one of the things I learned from that was, hey, create an outline and think about the end before you start the beginning. And so now, generally, my process is I get up, I take care of the dog, get him walked, get him fed, have some breakfast, read the paper, and then come up to my office. And then I try to write. I set a goal. Either I'm going to write, 5 pages, 10 pages today. And then once I sit down at the desk, I don't give myself permission I can do nothing, but I can't do anything but write. So I can't start scrolling the internet. I can't get on Facebook or watch TikTok vids and stuff like that. So, and then usually by the time lunchtime rolls around, I've exhausted my creative brain for the day. So I get up and go do the back work part of life.
Wow. I find
that's
discipline,
the barefoot and pregnant part. God love you.
Discipline feels counter to the creative process in my worldview of it. And I'm not saying that everybody is like me, but for me, anytime I feel like I'm doing it, it feels forced, and then I feel like stifled by the I must. So I appreciate people who can be regimented and say, I got to sit down and write this time every day or whatever it is. I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah, dealing with that right now.
Yeah, and sometimes it helps to have a couple projects going so you can pivot between them. When you get burned out on one, pivot to the other.
I like pivoting on projects. I do that, it's just so difficult for me having so many reasons not to write. Like, for example, my father with MS and dementia has just gotten up and is making his breakfast right now. I got to listen to him in case he falls. I got to go up and adjust my mother's chemo port, and these things take over my life. And then I find myself suffering neuropathy in my writing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Life
Wow.
has a way of intervening in our best intentions.
My writing suffers from the fact that I'm doing it. But other than that, it's fine.
No, that self-doubt definitely is it's debilitating sometimes for me as far as creating. But now, I'm scared. I'm scared to ask. Is this the final book in the series, or will there be more?
No, he's got Ashes. Don't you remember last time? After Embers is Ashes. Don't you listening last time you were here, Matt?
No, I didn't.
Ashes to ashes, funk to funk.
Actually, he had
Major Tom.
He had some mic problems last time, so I don't even know if I heard him.
Huge issues then.
Yeah.
I've paused the series for now. It may be over. I don't know. But I've pivoted to another book I'm writing that I'm probably a third of the way done with it. Hope to have it out this year.
What is that? Give us a tease. Give us a tease. Come on, please.
Okay. Here's the elevator pitch. It's Stranger Things meets Cocoon.
Wow.
Ooh, so like the GATE program, but for old people. Do you know about the GATE conspiracy, Pat?
Is this Auckland? Is that what you're talking about? Auckland? Is that
no? Auckland's in the middle of it. Right now, I'm calling it Senior Things. Is the working title of the book. But Auckland's part of the whole Spark Chronicles things. It's a little novella that's pulled out in the middle of it.
Is Ms. Patel and are Will and Farrell in it?
In the new book? No.
In Auckland?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Just curious.
The reason I didn't want to ask you about that is because if it's a cliffhanger and you have to you don't want to know it's over while you're reading it, or even before you start reading it. But
yeah. And then what if it's not over? It's like I was just rewatching Kubrick's ending of 2001 and his explanation of it, which he rarely explains his work on. And, he takes in all of the mythos of these electronic beings that don't have a form but have consciousness. And they put the guy in the zoo. And then, we see him about to be rebirthed down to Terra, down to Earth.
A friend from New Zealand has a comment he would like to make right now. Whatever Elizabeth is on, can I get some of whatever Elizabeth is on? It's way better than what I'm.
It's the edge of sanity.
This is a different you, I have to say.
Sanity. If you just stand a little closer to the edge, my fine Kiwi friend.
Wow.
Oh, that's an insult. Calling an Aussie a Kiwi?
Yeah, why not?
Actually, he's from New
Zealand.
Oh, he's from New Zealand. Oh, I thought he was from
New
Australia.
Zealand.
Well, then my apologies.
I'm right on with my slurs.
I don't get the kiwi reference. The kiwi's a fruit. Like if you call me
a bird.
Yeah, I was on the town in Nawlands with some people from New Zealand, and they called themselves Kiwis. So I said,
I know he has called himself a Kiwi on occasion in the chat room here, and I just
it's great. They have massive anti-inflammatory, positive effects on the body, amazing in vitamins, easy to eat, right out of the skin. It's a great fruit to go by.
Now, kiwi is actually what's it called? An acronym for the kingdom. The kingdom is wildly innocent. Because remember, they're from England basically. So the kingdom is wildly innocent, whitely innocent.
Wow, very cool. I didn't know how deep that went.
Sometimes I learn things.
I'll dip into my stash of insanity and see if I have anything left to snort. But I did a lot of lines off the toilet with RFK this morning. So I'm sorry. I took it straight to the toilet.
No,
We'll just flush this part of the show away.
Don't worry. It's only my reputation that you're ruining here, so that's fine.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, Pat, when you're doing something like this, do you? Because you talked about knowing where it's going, but it doesn't seem like you've committed to knowing where it's going, right? You leave yourself a little bit of a, I don't know, just in case. With the.
Yeah, and sometimes where it's going evolves as you write it, because you think it's gonna end up at train station A, and halfway through the book you realize that that's the wrong destination. That these characters would be much better off at train station Q, and so you can alter their path and their trajectory. And honestly, when I was writing Spark, I thought it was going to be a one-of standalone novel because I had some other ideas I wanted to get to. And it wasn't until I wrote the last sentence that I realized, oh, there's way more to this story. And so that's where
okay,
Fire
now I got to ask, if you're willing to tell, what is that last sentence?
Well.
Ooh, do you have it written down?
Well, yeah, it's in a book.
It's in a book. It's not written down. It's typed. But,
oh my goddess, I love it. Bring it, Pat.
A little bit of a personal question here. It's what is the most rewarding part of the authorship process for you? Is it getting positive feedback? Where are the rewards for you? I mean.
The rewards for me, the biggest rewards have been people coming up to me, and this is ego stroking. Oh, I love your book.
Better you stroke your ego than ask us to do it, because that's a totally different audience.
And recently, after we launched the Embers book, I got a fan letter, and you don't get many of those anymore. Not that actually come in the mail. You get comments on your socials or your website, stuff like that. And so I got a letter, and it was from a young man, and he talked about the aspects of the books that he really liked, and then he said, when this book is turned into a movie, TV show, or video game, I would like to do the soundtrack. And so I said, well, okay, now I got to know. And so I wrote back, and I said, all right, tell me more. What would be your top 10 picks for the soundtrack as of today? And so he sent me a list back, and some of the stuff, 1 out of the 10 songs is actually on my writing playlist, the thing.
Oh, wow.
The thing I have going on in the background when I'm writing.
Okay, tell us that. What is it?
Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and then he also had Linkin Park on the list, but it was a different than what I have. And then a lot of this stuff I'd never heard of before. And he had 3 songs by Muse on there, and I
love Muse. They're very interesting.
I knew nothing about Muse until I got this list, and then so I made a little playlist based on what he had put together, and I listened to it as I was writing, and I thought, this guy nailed it. This wasn't just 10 songs he picked out of the air. These are songs that actually fit the tone and tempo of the books. And so in my current book, I named a character after him.
Lovely.
Very cool.
How nice to be understood by another artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, when I asked about rewards, that's a reward I had not considered. This idea that not only do people like it or whatever and leave a positive review, but knowing that they truly get what you were trying to say. That I think that is, for me, and this is something I kind of discussed with the Geese thing, is like I didn't get what they were for artists. I wanted to understand what the message of the song Trinidad was, and like I still to this day I'm still trying to figure it out. But
I thought I explained it to you.
No, I don't think you did. You tried. You might have tried.
Do you want to? Are we visiting that?
Not right now.
Okay.
No, but I want to thank you because that is one of the rewards that I had never considered as part of like where you get some satisfaction from the work that you've done. You are the first person I think that has mentioned when this gets made into a video game. Often we talk about things being made into a television series, Netflix series or a movie or something. A video game. Can you, is that a realistic thing? Can a novel be made into a video game?
Oh yeah,
yeah. The whole Witcher series actually started as a series of books.
Ooh.
And then it became a video game series, because I think there's 3 of them out now. And then it became a TV show. So sometimes it goes that way, and sometimes video games get made into movies.
I have my hand raised.
Yes, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Pat.
And where do you go to? Where do you go to even get that started? I mean, do you pitch that to video game developers? Do they find you? That's I've never even considered this before. Like how it goes from book to video game. Like what's the?
I honestly don't know. I haven't even thought about that. I didn't think about that until this young man sent me this letter. But I could see it being a video game. It's fairly cinematic anyway. A lot of good visuals in it.
Yeah, these video games are getting so advanced now. I left the scene when it was a quarter to play a single game of Tempest, and now they're inserting themselves in these extremely intricate narratives, and it's kind of like a choose your own adventure.
Quarter. What does that mean? A quarter?
25 cents a quarter in the game.
Wow.
For a single game of Tempest, 50 cents if you were playing someone else.
So it's like a metal thing.
It's like you insert it in an arcade. There's an arcane thing called an arcade, and
it seems to me this idea of going from video games,
but still always arced. Sorry.
It seems to me the way to get things into a movie now, because they're more inclined to make a video game into a movie than they are a book, right? In Hollywood right now, the big thing is all this Marvel comic books and video games turning into movies.
I want to be Miss Patel.
Yeah. But now I've been on this kick lately trying to get people to get their libraries to order the books. Did I talk about that last time you were on here? Because if not, I want to tell the audience.
Tell the audience.
If you don't want to spend the $5, $10, whatever it is on Amazon, $20, whatever it is, go to your library and tell them to order it for you. And then more people will read the book. And then maybe some more people will be inclined to buy it. Get everybody, even if you're in Kiwi Land or Ozland or wherever Evil Ian is. Where is Evil Ian again?
Auckland. He's in Auckland.
Yeah. Or go to your local library.
Even Ian. I'm sorry, not Ian. That's Kev. Tell
them to order all 4 books of the Spark series, and then a little bit of Drunk every Sunday too. Why not? Tell them to order all the books and stock up in your library. It's a great way to support your authors. Please consider that.
Yeah, and write reviews.
Yeah, write reviews.
Yes. Oh my goddess.
Only good ones, though.
One of the greatest things I love as a voracious reader is the relationship between me and the art. You've got this page just full of words, and to me the game is, can the author and I come together, and am I able to paint an imaginative picture from my third eye or my imagination? And does that painting the picture move with me seamlessly throughout the story? Stephen King, for example, great guy at doing that for me.
You're definitely tripping this morning, aren't you? You're tripping.
You know, it might be
Yeah.
a flashback, but I did not drop my Owsley acid today. I'd be in the mood for it, though. I would drop it in an instant and go to the Chinese New Year celebration.
Something strange has happened to you. With that.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what it is? It might be that my mother had a great attitude about going in, getting fitted for her chemo port. And we had a great night last night. We sat at the kitchen table and we talked about our favorite books. No, not kidding. And we sang Simon and Garfunkel's The Boxer. And so I woke up thinking everyone in this house is fighting for a good day every day. And so solidarity to everyone out there. I'm high on life. And
this is what we call the dead air portion of the program.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of germs.
I should have known better.
It was just a
momentary laugh. Anyway, Pat, I have, if you don't mind, this is not related to the book, but it's related to science. Because I've been, I went down this rabbit hole in YouTube listening to scientists lately, physicists, and talking about. It started a couple of nights ago with this guy saying the past still exists. And then all of a sudden YouTube said, "Oh, you want physics, do you?" And then one after another. And last night, it was a guy who studies Richard Feynman and just basically talking about his ideas and stuff. And he was telling me that, first of all, it's doubtful that we'll get to Mars. He doesn't think we'll ever get to Mars, but he was making the case for why aliens can't come here and we'll never get to interspace travel. With your background.
Who is that? I was just looking. They sent me the same video, Matt. Excuse me for interrupting.
That's a little scary. Pat, do you have any ideas on this interstellar travel?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the energy required, it's enormous. And if you start, needing to haul along matter and mass to support human life, it becomes bigger and bigger. And so the cost is not insignificant. But by the time you get to Earth orbit, you are velocity-wise 2/3 of the way to anywhere you want to go. If you've got built enough velocity to get into Earth orbit, you are not that far from being able to hit Mars or anything else. So the big problem is going to be, food and living conditions.
Who is this guy that we were sent the same video? Because I was just watching another video that said the aliens are already here. They're in the water. They're underground.
That's hard for me to believe. But the big part of the equation here is that the fuel, the energy it takes requires fuel. So he was talking about, in order to get like the interstellar travel, you're going to need a fuel tank the size of the Empire State Building. But then that adds more mass, so you're going to need another fuel tank to add on to the fuel tank. To kind of create, and it's like an endless exponential. More mass equals more energy needed to get it, and it just felt like.
Yeah, I think that's a little myopic.
2 hours away from the restaurant at the end of the universe.
So, from an engineering perspective, do you think? Because the bottom line was not necessarily interstellar travel. This idea of Mars with getting humans to Mars, and Elon Musk's dream. Do you think that's a reality?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do. Yeah, I think it's very likely that we'll send humans to Mars.
Okay, who do you think's going first? Do you think we're going to send our best, or do you think we're going to send a bunch of people that we've enslaved?
Well, it would have to be young people, wouldn't it?
Elon should go first. I think Elon should go first. Send the muskrat.
Yeah, there's a couple of arguments. One argument is you send them and leave them. So in that argument, you're looking for people who are
ready to go
past their reproductive years. They're still vital. They can still do things, but you're going to be exposed to a lot of radiation and
so you're going to send the bitches. You're going to send the women, right? I mean, men. You guys you can reproduce all the time. We can only reproduce days out of a month. You guys are fertile all the time, 24/7. You could, you know, Hugh Hefner could have had a baby child on his deathbed.
Would you like to control her mute button?
Do I have that option?
Good luck, Mr. Daly.
Yeah, so I think getting to Mars is, I won't say it's a certainty, but I think it's a high probability with human beings.
And do you see benefit from that? Like, I know there were benefits to the moon stuff that we didn't necessarily plan on, things that we got out of the moon experiments. But is there an upside to? Is it worth it to go to Mars?
I think so. I think anything that makes the targeting equation tougher for whether it's a pandemic or whether it's, evil aliens that want to wipe us out, or a nova or some sort of stellar mass ejection event. I think when you can spread human DNA out a little more, then we're a little less likely to become hoarders.
Yeah. All right. But why don't we just send like a capsule of DNA out? I don't know.
Blowing a dandelion out to the universe with my spores.
Yeah. I'm sorry. This is kind of a snide. Do you own stock in SpaceX?
I do not. not SpaceX, not Blue Origin. And if NASA sold stock, I wouldn't buy it.
I'm into the traveling, but I think that we are all caught up in not the four of us per se, but I think that there is a lot of, I don't want to say incorrect thinking, but I judged it to be so, where we have this, and France has judged it to be so, we have this disposable economy where it's like, oh, we've trashed this planet, let's see what Mars has. Oh, AI is contaminating all of our water for 15 minutes of someone writing a book without an idea. Let's go take someone else's water. And
well, we're getting close to letting Pat go. So let me just because Heavy Kev wants to know, and I'm sure I asked you this last time, but again with the mic issues, I might not have heard you. But if I go to Amazon right now, we have paperback and Kindle versions. We don't see audiobooks for, at least for Embers. Any plans on the audiobook?
Yeah. Audiobooks are out there right now for Spark, Fire, and Orkland. And it's under, when you submit it to ACX, who pushes it to Audible and other platforms, they take some time to, do whatever backstage magic they have to do to put it into a single format or a single package for people to download. And that's all been done. It's just in their hands, and it should be available online or available through Audible, and probably by Friday.
Okay, that's that's cool.
That is very exciting.
Yeah,
I have nieces and nephews that are perfect for this series.
The whole market, the publishing industry has got me so confused, because there are different people who will tell you different things all the time. But I've had several people say they want the audiobook first, even if it's the hard copy is ready. They want to push the audio thing first in order to kind of help boost sales. I don't know. It's just the whole publishing industry is like throwing darts in the dark. Like what's working here? So. I don't know how it works and what's best and all that kind of stuff, but the audiobook should be out by this Friday. The link is in the description. You can go to thepatdaily.com to find the links to Amazon where you buy it, and wherever else it's available. Pat, is there another Pat Daily? If that's the reason you had the Pat Daily,
Is your podcast called the Pat Daily?
I don't have a podcast.
Maybe you should start one.
And you should call it the Daily Show.
The Pat Daily Show.
Yeah.
People will tune in thinking, when did Jon Stewart get in here?
Yeah, get viewers due to confusion. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. No, at the time I was launching my website, somebody was squatting on patdaily.com. And even though I was willing to throw maybe $100 or something at it, so thepatdaily.com was available, so I took it, and now they've been chasing me, trying to get me to buy patdaily.com, and it's like, I don't want to have to, redirect people again to a new website.
Yeah, them dirty squatters.
They should be buying your name, Pat. They should be buying your name.
Yeah. I'm sorry that happened, and I wish there was something we could do about that. Just like I wish there was something I could do about all the AI clickbait and nonsense that's going on in the world. It feels like there's a lot of scammery, and the whole world is just feeling like everybody's looking to just do something. It's not necessarily on the up and up. Yeah, I appreciate anybody trying to make a buck, do what they have to do, but you should be able to do it without being sleazy like that and squatting on somebody's name. Anyway, that's my rant on that. Pat, I'm sorry if this was not the most fulfilling segment as far as getting people to know about the book. I do think people should go and start with the Spark series and work your way through the entire 4-book series. And
I'm fascinated. I'm buying the books for my nephew Ryan.
We'll do us all a favor and do Pat a favor and call your library. Even if you buy the book today yourself, call your library and say,
"Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I will."
Right, that'd be a good thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Anyway, Pat, thank you for being part of the program this morning and putting up with Elizabeth, because she de-spiked her coffee or something this morning, and we apologize for
it. Don't you put me involved in that. I had nothing to do with it.
That's a confession.
Hey, and I have attorneys. I do have attorneys.
It's a non-denial denial. Well, that's a denial.
I took a literary enema, and I'm excited. Right. I'm excited to be filled again with words.
All right. Well, once again, Pat, thank you very much. Have a great day, and we do encourage everybody to get the books. thepatdaily.com.
All right, Matt. Thanks very much for having me on the show. GD, Elizabeth. Good chatting with you all today.
Yeah. Keep writing.
Yeah, we'll try. Next time you come back, well, I'll promise I won't let her on.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.
Come on. What's going on? Wait. No. What's going on?
Well, I'm feeling very self-conscious now.
Oh, stop. You never. First of all, nobody believes that you're self-conscious. And second,
because I hide it well. Yeah, go on.
I have to remove the book.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah, the book. The book is a cool cover. We didn't even ask them about the art, did we? I'm sorry.
Well,
what? We did last
the art.
Yeah, we did last time.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. So you talked about enemas, right? Did you talk about enemas?
I said I took a literary enema and I was happy to be filled with words.
Somebody asked last night, when was the last time you had an enema? And to be honest with you, I don't. If I did, it was before I was conscious. I don't think I've ever had. It's just not something I would cooperate with.
You could, give yourself a castor oil pack and detox the liver that way. It's very penetrating.
JD brought up like the reverse enema last week. He was talking about drinking whiskey with your ass or something.
Oh my goodness!
To me, it's a reverse enema.
I loved Pat Daly. I loved what he had to say. I loved learning about the Lent thing. I didn't know about the Lent thing. Having Sundays off sounds very Irish.
Sure you didn't say lynching? Oh, Lent thing. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? The priest has said Sundays aren't included in that. The religion I brought in, none of the days were included in that. You just say, yeah, I'm giving up something for Lent, but you don't really do it. Like I never.
Right.
I'm giving up candy for Lent. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
Lent
I gave up my allowance once. My mom put out the piggy bank. It hurt. I'm like, how am I helping Jesus?
Would you like to know about pink lemonade?
Yeah, I
That's
would. I want to know all about the pink lemonade, and let's get into this gate stuff. All right.
Well, apparently at there were carnivals and baseball games and all these things where they were selling lemonade, and if the wheel that kind of powered the pump didn't go on, they would let ladies get up and like use their legs and feet to roll around the barrel that helped to pump the lemonade. And the theory was the rumor, the urban
The
legend.
tea.
It was this one lady. It was her time of the month when she got up there, and the lemonade turned pink because of menstrual blood. And
Not misogynist at all.
oh my God! But listen, that doesn't help sell it, in my view. I would not. That doesn't make me want. Oh, I'll order the pink lemonade next time. I don't see how that became a marketing thing. But we spent like a day on. This was before even GD was on the program, discussing the origins of pink lemonade. It just sounds far fetched to me, but a lot of people were. Look, Google it. Somebody Google it. The origins of pink lemonade, right?
I've been obsessing over and distracting myself from writing with this whole gate controversy that has been cooked up on the TikTok. Are you following any of that?
I'm not on.
I love it because I love the TikTok because it's like the living world news.
The Ron Kane made me get off the TikTok.
I've come close to getting off the TikTok, but I killed my sock puppet on X instead because I love the garbage. It's my what is it? It's not my fetish. It's my dirty little secret. I have to, and there are a bunch of people discussing. It was called the Gateway Project, the GATE Project. It's the Gifted and Talented Education Program, and these were inserted in the 70s, 80s, and 90s into public schools. And I was, of course, selected to be part of the Gifted and Talented program. And now the kids are, I thought it was because I was smart. Silly me. The kids on the TikTok are saying that we were selected from a game that was played in school, which I remember. I don't know if the two of you ever played it, but it was called 7 Up, 7 Heads Up.
No.
Does that ring a bell? Okay, 7 people would be selected. They were it. And then the rest of us had to put our heads down and our thumbs up. And the kids that were selected would go around and tap our thumbs, and then we'd have to put our thumb down. And then when they had done it all, when everyone's thumb was tapped, we had to open our eyes and, guess who tapped our thumb. And it was designed to be intuitive. Of course, if you knew that Benji always had sweaty palms, you were like, duh, it was Benji. But that's what the kids are saying, why or how we were selected for this program. And I was in it up until like 6th, 7th grade. And I'd go a lot. And when I was first in it, I think I had a hearing test like every business quarter. I think I had like 4, if I remember correctly, and there's an issue with memory in this program. I had 4 hearing tests. And what the kids are saying is that I didn't have a hearing test. What I had was a frequency test to see if I could sense the change in frequency. And I was really good at this. And I remember
same thing. I'm sorry. A hearing test is a frequency check.
Well, I was about to say that I remember there were times when I would raise my hand and I didn't hear anything. But, no one showed me my results. Now I'm interested in going back and seeing the results after what is coming out with this program. And they would also do, the classic, I don't know if you guys have seen Ghostbusters, if anyone out there has seen Ghostbusters, and Bill Murray's the professor at the school, and he's testing for psychic ability, and he's got those cards with the waves and the squares, and he's looking at the waves, and some hot babe is saying, it's a square, and he's like, oh, you're right. And then the other guy guesses correctly, and Bill zaps him. We'd play that game, except that the government officials coming in with their suits and their giant briefcase and headphones that we had to listen to, didn't buzz us. They didn't electroshock us. I'm sure that would have happened at the Monroe Institute. They're talking about how this stuff came from the Monroe Institute and how it relates to Stranger Things, which I don't really want to know, because I already feel that my life was unique enough without knowing about this, and that you would be listed compliant or non-compliant. And we already know that the U.S. government has officially labeled me arrogant and defiant, and I think I either failed or became non-compliant around the 6th or 7th grade when I didn't make it in. And I remember going, oh, it must be I'm bad at math. But they were looking for psychic kids, intuitive kids, kids that were, I don't want to make it woo-woo, but kids with different kinds of intelligence. And, some of these people on the TikTok that are making these
on TikTok, I like that.
On the TikTok, I love it because it's like 30 seconds, a minute of my time. And except I scroll through the people that can't get to the meat of the matter. But this one person on TikTok was saying that, it was the military, that the military were looking for people that they could groom to do remote viewing in the past, present, future, like that guy is saying that it all exists at the same point of now. And the people, like they talk about the people coming away from this program being able to lucid dream very well, that there are liminal spaces in our dreams where we've all visited. And this is when I started to get very freaked out because they discuss this thing called mall world. And I've had a lot of dreams about malls when I was a child. And it's wild to find out that this is actually a liminal space where allegedly us gate kids would, link up. And there's like a water tube park, etc. And then we'd be fed this pink drink. And the pink drink was a chalk drink, and it was supposed to allegedly, the kids on the TikTok say it was to calcify our third eye. And they say that those of us who drank the pink drink don't remember much. But we're talking about kids.
I don't remember much.
Right, like you're taking the film of your life and going all the way back from 1st to 7th grade. I mean, some people, I guess, stuck with it. I got put into a different experimental program at Duke Ellington for allegedly gifted people called Death and Dying, which was like a whole nother thing.
Title of my first television show was Death and Dying.
Let's take some sensitive, gifted, artistic kids and put them in a class called Death and Dying. And let's have the first field trip be a dead, bloated, homeless person on a meat slab in a basement. Yeah, that sounds great. What could go wrong? Well, I developed a taste for the band called The Cure, which I think was something that went right in that instant. But this GATE program, very interesting. And that's why I brought up the pink drink and the calcified planetary third eye.
I thought it was because of the pink lemonade.
Pat's thing. Oh, yeah, and the pink lemonade. I mean,
I think I'm wondering because maybe I dreamt that or made it up on my own. The alleged yet largely mythical origin of pink lemonade involving menstruation stems from a 19th century American circus legend. It is said that in the 1850s, 1860s, a concessionaire named Pete Conklin ran out of water and used a tub full of water that had been used to rinse ladies' garments or whatever. Ugh. No, I don't think that's true. But whatever. So I didn't make it up, but I don't think it's true. That's
definitely better than the Epstein circle taking shots of blood. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, what is up with that? What is up with that whole thing? And how many of those files are real and how many of those files are made up? And what are they trying to normalize? Is it just the pink lemonade?
No. It is that Satan runs this world, and the quicker we get it over with, the better. So this is why I welcome nuclear annihilation.
Incidentally,
it doesn't seem like we're just giving up and saying, yeah, oh, this is the kind of world we want, where if you are rich beyond a certain level, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Me, I can't park like 6 inches off the curb without getting handcuffs. But you, if you want to just eat babies, rape little girls, whatever you want to do, dump them down. Right. But you got enough money, sure. Buy your way out.
Oh, God. Now I'm trying to busy myself and forget about the few and the small amounts of video that I've consumed of this sort of abuse. But, like, okay, let's go back to conspiracy theories. I grew up with a lot of CIA. We just lost a family friend, Kenneth Thompson, bless his soul, great old school God and country loving Republican. Probably was like, he and Robert Duvall, old school conservatives, probably choked themselves on their own flagpole rather than watch this Epstein fallout. But we had CIA. I grew up with CIA kids, military kids and stuff. And the video I was sent about the aliens already being here, I'll send it to you, Matt, was an ex-naval intelligence officer explaining this and explaining that there are different lifespans. Like, we have a pathetically short lifespan compared to other species that are living in underground cities. And then there are creatures, the naval intelligence officer explains, never die, And I don't mind, very interesting. But some of the kids would say that their dad was high up in the military and had access to NORAD, etc., and that these underground cities are very valid and aliens live under them, and that we have agreed in an interstellar contract to let the lizard aliens eat babies. Like, they have to eat many babies. Like, and
I don't get this whole well, I should say I don't get it. The idea that people want to believe in aliens and believe that not only are we not alone in this universe, but that we're somehow connected, that they've come here, or at some point in time we can go interstellar travel. I am more comforted by the idea that we are alone and a separate miracle, like the chances of life.
All I'm saying is that if we're contracted with lizard reptilians that they get to eat X amount of babies on this planet, let's just have it declassified so that we understand that our lizard alien overlords need to eat X amount of missing humans and resolve the whole matter and maybe renegotiate that contract. That's a bogus contract. Who negotiated that contract? Alan Dershowitz? I want to know.
Probably. Looks like GD's on TikTok right now looking for baby eating videos or something. Or maybe he's looking up Will Ferrell.
I already found the baby eating videos. I didn't find anything the flavor I liked.
Did you see any Will Ferrell? Any Will Ferrell videos on there about sci-fi stuff? Well, where's the John C. Reilly in this story?
Exactly. Good question.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, an Epstein survivor named Michael Bay, I don't think he's been found in the files, but then, I'm relying on other countries that have access to unredacted files. So,
you know who's in his Epstein files, which I'm delighted to see that he's in the Epstein files?
Bobby Slayton?
I didn't know. Oh, no, I knew Bobby Slayton was in there. Jackie told me about that a couple of years ago. Ben Shapiro. Because Ben Shapiro has been reading the the Epstein files are a hoax. There is no Epstein list, blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, all Ben is in there. No wonder he's been trying to say that they don't exist. Well, forget about it. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about it. I think
Norm Finkelstein just gets sexier and sexier to me as a true-blooded mensch for rejecting invitation to Epstein's. I'm delighted that Norm Finkelstein is in there in that capacity, rejecting an invitation to Epstein's little intellectual salon.
I don't get why the island, I guess Zorro Ranch is supposed to be where a lot of the really most nasty stuff happened out in New Mexico.
Yeah, I had buddies that went there right after the big Epstein scandal fallout around 2020. Not the first, it was already after his first conviction. But I have friends that went to the abandoned Zorro Ranch and took, unpermitted pictures, shall we say, of the grounds and what have you. And it figures because I dealt with the New Mexico. I mean, New Mexico's lawless. You have very few basically lawless. I'm sure the governor would be upset, and I'm glad the state's gone blue again. But you have so much room to dump dead bodies in these small towns. And they don't have extradition. So if you're a child predator and you're convicted in another state and you take up residence in New Mexico, they're not going to extradite you.
Don't want to put that out there. It's not a guide for
they're not. I mean, that's
serial
why
killers.
The ranch
If
was
you're
there.
looking for tips and tricks, tune into
that's
Elizabeth's.
Why the ranch was there. Are you aware the new owners' children work at the White House? That the new owners of the Zorro Ranch, their kids are interns at the White House. They're an interesting couple. They bought the new ranch through a trust. They're weird. So weird.
Yeah.
There's so many other creative things to do religiously to put yourself in an altered state and make yourself feel powerful. I feel very powerful when a hot, ripped male belly dancer entertains me. I feel very, very powerful. I don't need to eat babies.
A male belly dancer.
Oh my God.
It doesn't seem to me like men can actually do them.
I'm sending you this clip, bro. I used to be in love with this New York migrant jump roper who, looked a lot like Duvall back in the Apocalypse Now days. But now I'm in love with this male belly dancer, and dude has the moves down. It is profound. For people that are worried about gender, it is very gender confusing, but it's a beautiful art. He's like if Baryshnikov could twerk. This guy. Of course,
speaking of clips, you were going to find me. I have some clips to play here. This is called Dumb Jokes with Swan.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Sure.
Did you know that koi fish always travel in groups? It's so that if they're attacked, group A, B, and C scatter, leaving only the decoy. Decoy, yeah.
Boy, KOI.
KOI, yeah. Thank you.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay, have it easy.
Would you like a sticker for participation?
Sure. So is this your
Follow us,
podcast?
yes, Slaptail Nations. Slaptail Squad is our podcast. Kenzie?
Yeah.
Swan, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
I'm going to tell Kenzie this joke. A duck walks into a 7-Eleven, says to the man behind the counter, "Do you have any grapes?" Guy behind the counter says, "No." Duck walks out. Next day, duck walks in to the 7-Eleven, says to the guy behind the counter, "You got any grapes?" Guy says, "No." Duck walks out. Day 3, duck walks in, 7-Eleven, says, "Do you have any grapes?" Guy behind the counter says, "No, don't have any grapes. And if you come in here another time, Daffy, I will nail your webbed feet to the ground." Next day, duck walks into the 7-Eleven, says to the guy at the counter, "Do you got any nails?" Guy behind the counter says, No. Duck says, do you have any grapes?
Do you have any grapes?
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Thank you,
Kenzie.
Of
Yes.
course.
Would you like a sticker?
Of course, I would love to. Love one. Thank you so
Tail
much.
Squad is our podcast.
Okay.
So if you follow us on Apple or Spotify or whatever, you'll hear your joke. You'll see your joke.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Do you want to hear a joke?
I'd love to hear a joke.
Excellent. A penguin walks into a police station, they call it a cop shop where I'm from, and says to the clerk behind the desk, my husband's missing. Guy behind the desk says, what's he look like? Thank you.
Love it. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. I love your material.
Thank you. Here's our podcast if you want to.
All right, yeah.
Subscribe.
Perfect.
She's out there
Yeah, you want a
plugging the
sticker
podcast. She's got Flaptail Nation.
Thank you. Very
Thank you.
good.
Swan, nice
Swan,
to meet
nice
you.
to meet you.
I'm going to tell you a joke.
Okay.
A guy goes into the doctor, gets examined by the doctor. Doctor says, you have a piece of lettuce sticking out of your ass. Guy says, that's just the tip of the iceberg, doc.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Right. Thank you.
I love it when people repeat the punchline.
I love that.
Now,
That is
TD,
great.
wake up for a second. Are
I'm
you
awake.
awake? It's
Yeah.
one English. Did I detect an English
No,
accent?
they already told us that they're gonna have her tell jokes with an with a British accent.
They told us that?
John told us that when he was on the show last time.
Was I not paying attention to him?
That just answered your question right there.
Yeah. I should pay attention, don't you think? Well,
I do think.
Yeah. Well,
I think you have so many
maybe I didn't
volumes.
hear him.
I think you have so
Yeah.
many volumes of interesting people on your show, and that you and GD take so much time to do your homework that you have a lot to remember.
No, we don't do homework.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I never do homework.
Okay.
As a matter
It
of
does
fact,
look
I
like
used
that.
to do homework.
I
used to do
ordered him to
homework
stop
and Matt
doing
would
homework.
chide me. I used to do homework and Matt would chide me in front of everybody for doing homework.
Yeah. How dare you do homework? I hate homework. I don't even like. That's the one thing that I get on a soapbox about. Not only do I hate it, I think everybody should hate homework. Don't do homework. Even you little kids, if you got listening to me, when the teacher says do homework, say "fuck you." I ain't doing no fucking homework, you cocksucker.
That's right. All in all,
I
it's
did
just
that
another
once.
brick in the wall, mofos.
I did that once, and they
Once.
made me go to the principal's office and call my father, and then I denied saying it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
And
how
then my
did your
father
father
was ready
feel
to
about
beat up
that?
the principal. Yeah.
Wasn't your
We have
father in
one
the
more clip.
government?
No, let's not talk about what my father did. Okay.
All right. Sounds
no.
organized.
He was in the government. Yes, he was in the government prison.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, those who know don't say, those who say don't know. Let's skip over to another topic.
All right, we have another short clip to play. Let's
Matt and GD, it's the Beef Man. I'm here for Mind Dog TV in I don't know what the square is behind us, but we're outside of St. Louis Cathedral. There's performers, artists, all those things out here. Most importantly, what I want to point out is that this is a snapshot of the majority of the art that we've seen here in New Orleans. And if you think for 1 second, Matt, that your stuff isn't better, you're insane. Take a look.
Where is it? I know he sent me one.
Now, I don't want to be insulting, or do I? But yeah, a lot of this art looks like stuff that I could do. And that's bad. So have some confidence in yourself, Mind Dog. You got some good shit. All right, that's it for me, the Beef Man. Adios, Buchocos.
I think he's lying to me. I don't have some good shit.
Oh,
but
no, you got great stuff. You go hard in the paint.
he did send me some clip of close-up stuff from an indoor thing of some art that I was, art is subjective, and people don't seem to be doing commercial art there. They're doing abstract stuff, a little bit highbrow. I'm not so. I don't think in terms of.
Do you know who started the modern art movement?
Andy Warhol?
The CIA.
Oh.
The CIA is behind the modern American art movement because we needed
Are you
to
lying?
compete with Russia. No, I'm not. I am not. I've looked it up. You can look it up. We needed to compete with Russia, which has a litany of cultural artists, and we were trying to prove that even though we are a new country, we still have vital contributions to art and culture. And so, the CIA was like, here's $100,000 to make a red circle of paint.
Well, that was just a waste of our paint. So you're saying Sidney Pollock wasn't Sidney Pollock.
And
Pollock,
by the way, it said that it's beneficial to paint something red today, since it is the Lunar New Year and the year of the fire horse.
Wow, there's too much shit going on. But Jason Pollock, where he just like spraying, like dripping paint all over the
Jason
place.
Pollock, yeah. No.
Was he working for the CIA? Is that what you're saying? He was
Those who know don't say, those who say don't know. I feel like doing some laundry. Maybe I can turn my whites into bright, shiny cash. I don't know. I know Johnny Cash. His music was good. Matt, you should look up my friend Natalie White. I want to bring her on the show. I'm just going to bring her on the show one day.
Nobody wants to come on my dopey show. Only you. You're the only one who wants to come on my dopey show.
Oh, I love
you and Pat Daly.
You and GD are great. You're great. You're great people. Great humans.
He's bored. He's bored. He's doing his homework now or something.
Technically, I'm not doing my homework. Actually, I did my taxes. Thank you very much. I owe $200.
No, why?
Why? Because I'm getting $1,400 back from the state, but I owe the Fed $1,600.
Is Matt paying you for this show? Did you?
I'm paying you too much. That's the problem. I gotta stop. I gotta cut your pay so you don't get taxed.
Yeah.
If you make under a certain amount at your age, and we don't want to tell people how old you are because that's embarrassing. But
I am not embarrassed to be 46
He's old enough
years old.
to be on a show called Funny Old Farts. How's that going, GD?
Well, I never check the ticket sales for any show I do, so I have no idea. But as far as the material itself goes, it should be great because I know I'm funny and I know Walter's funny and
you guys are hilarious.
Sandy
is funny.
Sandy is the queen of the mom jokes.
Old
and
farts.
David Yakeley has a great bit that I hope he does. It's called Old is the New Black.
When is the next show?
Thursday night.
Oh, great. Where?
The
Did
Stables.
you guys already talk about this?
The Stables.
Nice. Okay, great. Maybe I'll drive up then. Did you say Jim Bryan?
I'm sorry?
Did you say the Church of Satire, Jim Bryan?
No, the Stables.
No. Oh, okay, thank you.
Stables. Are there horses in the stables? Where does that come from?
Well, if there are horses in the stable, then they don't have fresh burgers. If the horses are not in the stables, then they have fresh burgers.
Here we go. Here.
The Stables in Westminster, Maryland presents Funny Old Farts featuring G.D. Fenderson.
Are we supposed to be watching something?
You know you want it, you dirty little bird. Walter Gottlieb.
Okay, who's got their hand on my ass?
David Yakeley.
Pigeons taste like chicken.
And Sandy Bernstein as the Beaver.
I deserve to be pampered.
Come and experience Funny Old Farts on February 19th at 7 p.m. at the Stables located at 452 East Main Street, Westminster, Maryland. Tickets are $15 and are available online at www.thestables@westminster.net and at the door. You must be 18 or over to get in, and adult diapers are not included. Funny Old Farts. We've seen some shit. And you can too, on February 19th at 7 p.m. at the Stables at 452 East Main Street, Westminster, Maryland. Doors open if you pull them. If you cannot make it to the Stables, you can stream it live on plausible.com/GD Fenderson for $5 per device.
Just say that it seems like you're encouraging people not to come because it's 1/3 of the price if you stay home and watch it. I mean, it really, if you get a bunch of people, you can get it for almost like for nothing if you just all chip in for that $5. So it seems like you're encouraging people.
No, most people, I'm giving people a choice. I'm giving people a choice. I mean, let's face it. There's some people who aren't even going to drive more than 2 hours to go see comedy.
I don't want to leave my house.
That's what I'm saying. So in that regard, if you don't want to drive more than an hour, sure, you're not going to come anyway. So at least this way you can still see the show.
That's true.
So
that's not a funny old fart. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Blow it out your arm.
Hold on, I have a question here. Now, do they serve alcohol in the stables?
Yeah, and there is not a drink minimum.
So 18 the legal drinking age in Maryland?
No.
When they do comedy, there's certain things when they do events they don't have kids in there.
All right,
but they do let 18-year-olds in.
Now, if they let kids in, I'm not going to be responsible because
you're not liable. The manager's liable. The establishment.
I have done that before where I was booked to do adult shows and kids were in the audience, and I will talk to the audience to talk to the adult to say, actually, I went over to one family, and I was looking at the whole family, and I said, I'm going to be talking about some things that may need to be explained a little bit later. And then the lady says, "Oh no, my son knows a lot." I said, "No, ma'am, I'm talking to your son. He may have to explain this to you."
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
And once I got into some of the stuff, they got up. Well, one of the families did. Once I got deep into the sex stuff, they get up. I warned them, and they got up and left. The other one stayed a lot longer, and I think I got like way into penetration when he. No. When I got really dirty, I told the audience because the child was still there. I said, okay. I said to the audience, I said, this is what I'm going to do. I said, I didn't plan it this way, but I didn't know there was going to be a minor in the audience. I'm going to be talking about sex for the next 10 minutes, but I'm going to be using poker references. So I'm going to be talking about sex, but I'm going to be using poker.
There's poker in the rear.
And so that's what I did. I changed all my sexual innuendos to poker and anteing up and the whole bit. And
love it. Bluffing. Yeah. Faking orgasm becomes bluffing. I love it. Folding, premature ejaculation. I love it, GD. You're genius. Look, GD, I'm relying on you and your Reverend character for levity of the loss of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. I was watching.
I am not a fan of his, so I'm not doing levity. I mean, I am doing levity, but I'm not a fan of his.
Why aren't you a fan of his?
Yeah, let's hear that. What's wrong with Jesse?
Yeah.
Because I met him.
Okay, and what happened?
You met me. You're not a fan of me.
I know, you met me.
Brokenhearted
You
now.
invited me on this show. What's going on?
Meeting somebody is a reason not to like him?
No, I mean, he was a dick.
Oh, that's
okay.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Where did you meet him?
The first time was in the 70s. I was a valet to Dick Gregory.
Greg, that's great. How fortunate for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little starstruck. Go on.
Dick Gregory was there, Jesse Jackson, Andrew Young, and one other person whose name escapes me right now. And so,
now, were you the car valet? Were you a personal valet of Greg?
No, I was. When they were speaking, and I attended Dick Gregory. So if he needed a drink, I ran and got his drink. If he wanted a snack, I ran and got his snack. So that he didn't have to leave or anything. Whatever he wanted, I went and got. I just called myself a valet. Called myself a valet. I think technically I was a step and fetch, but because it was
technically.
Because it was an all black speaking group. So I think because all the speakers were black.
I love the term step and fetch.
Yeah, so that's what I was. But I was assigned to Dick Gregory.
Okay.
I was not assigned to Jesse Jackson.
He just started telling you how to do stuff. What?
Me on principle because I didn't have to interact with him. I shouldn't. There's no reason for him to even talk to me and be a dick. And Dick Gregory told me he was being a dick. And when Dick Gregory said somebody's being a dick and you're friends with them, you take it.
Well, Well, the guy's name is Dick, so if you like that, if I said you were being a Matt, that would be a compliment. So if Dick Gregory says he's being a dick, that's just saying he's like me, right?
You know, it'd been great if he told me that back then. Now I'm finding this out, 50 years later, 51 years later. Dick should have been a little bit more precise with his language. I was a teenager. I didn't know any better. Dick Gregory was like a god to me.
Oh, so you let's just get this on the table.
And did Dick let you call him Greg?
You were enamored with Dick?
Greg. So is Dick a dick?
You really were into Dick as a teenager, right?
I loved Dick up until he went limp on us and died.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
All right.
Flaccid in the earth. Flaccid in the earth.
Well, after the rigor mortis went away, because you go through rigor and then you come out of rigor and then you're flaccid.
I have one more clip to play. I know people. You're just like fuck the clips, right? But no, I asked for these clips. I'm going to play these clips.
Does it get an intro?
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. I remember.
Oh, this is a copyright strike waiting to happen, right? Yeah, man. The copyright strike, man. Guy's pretty good, I gotta say. Pretty good with the vocals. But he's playing with tracks. I hate people playing with tracks, so fuck him.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, I mean, we covered that song and we did a better job because we actually had to play our instrument, so fuck him.
But yeah, the guy's voice, though, I'm impressed with the voice. It's pretty good.
It's all right.
But fuck people who play with tracks. And now I say that as somebody who will tomorrow or somewhere around, not this time, but an hour from now, we'll be playing with tracks. And I don't want to do it. I'm like forced to do it. And I really hate it. And I tell them I hate it. Like I just want to fucking play music, man. I don't want to fucking play karaoke. I'm sorry.
I hated it too. I hated it too. I went to so many talent shows and the kids would show up and they would play a track instead of backing themselves up on the piano. But that was nice. He clearly loved the artist that he was singing. And that's a beautiful song.
I did. These people set a bad precedent. These fucking karaoke people who come in there, and I noticed one of the places that Mikey and I used to perform a lot. They're having almost bands. Like the other night, they had a drummer, a guitar player, and a girl singer out front. But you could hear bass parts, you could hear keyboard parts, and so they're playing to a click track, but still playing the tracks. To me, I don't know. I feel like I want, and it's really none of my business, but I feel like I just want to say, this is phony ass shit. Just fucking play or don't play. If you want to just put on music.
I really want to see the movie with our boy who does all the musicals. God, the Neil Diamond, the couple that does the Neil
Long
Diamond.
Sung Blue.
Couple. Yeah. Have you seen that? Did any of you see that?
I live it.
Like you live it.
I do
I love it.
Neil Diamond. I do a whole set of Neil Diamond on my own. So
They
I live it. But
to America.
I don't know where the chick comes in. I mean, there's some chick background vocals. But,
He says, like, there's a clip on the preview of this movie where she says, "I just want to sparkle and help people shine.
You don't bring me flowers
anymore."
All right, yeah, that's your point.
Crackling Rosie, and I do. But yeah, I want to see that song sung blue.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna have to.
I'm excited.
Have to try to get out of here.
Okay, what you've got guests
two
tomorrow?
Authors coming on. Two authors coming on. You know what? You might want to. I know this will probably break GD's heart that I'm telling you this. But on Thursday, you might want to stop by for Sarah. What's her last name? Alessandrini. She's a feminist filmmaker.
Ooh,
and she wants to say what New Yorkers are saying. It's about Andrew Cuomo and his his little sexual abuse stuff.
Yeah, Cuomo. Wow. Wow, what a cult of personality. There are men that I respect greatly who will still defend that guy. Yeah.
Them Cuomo, both of those fucking
I will
Cuomos.
drop
Listen,
in. I love what the feminists are doing in New York these days.
I was a big fan of Mario Cuomo, but both his kids are fucking shit. I don't like either one of his kids, Fredo or Andrew. But tomorrow we have two authors coming on, and I'm gonna have to kind of try to get out a little early because I do have a show to get to tomorrow. So I don't know. GD, I'm gonna leave. You should do your homework because I'm gonna just leave you holding the bag and get the hell out. Yeah. Okay. You can take it.
What time are you leaving tomorrow?
I'm leaving now.
I mean tomorrow.
I know. What time am I? I'm leaving now for tomorrow. I probably should get out of here. Let's see. I got to be at Tanner Park by 12, which means I have to get out of here by 11. So I want to end like quarter to 11, 10:45 or something.
Okay.
Now, yeah, I mean we could just end it there if you want, but
no. I'll look. I can.
I
know I've let you down many times and I've had to run the show by myself, but this is only for 15 minutes, right?
Oh, I don't.
And we'll have guests. It's when I'm by myself without any guests that I have difficulty, and that's because I'm trying not to go through material like I'm doing stand-up.
Right. All right. Well, I will send you the information on these two guests that are tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Cindy Swally in the first hour, and Cinda Swally, and she's got a novel, The Golden Heart Club. I don't know. It's about life-changing cross-country road trips and stuff like that.
I usually just go to the upcoming thing, I go to the page, Mind Dog TV, and I go to upcoming, and for that show, I just pull it up and then I hit more, and then I read what's in there more, and then I go to their websites.
And the second guest is Devin Green. And what she says in scheduling this, I can talk about my books, any aspect, including my writing process and publishing process. All right, that's fine. All right, so you could just say, hey, any audiobooks yet? That's basically the question. Oh, when Elizabeth left and came back. Look at that.
Yeah, I wanted to circle back to Pat Daly and discussing books and shows that have become games. I love the two of you so much. I want to make certain that you're hip to the show and series Slow Horses. I think that would make a great gamer series. Do you know it?
No.
It's on Apple TV with Gary Oldman. And it's the loser spy division. And it's like in its 6th season. I just got hip to it.
Wow.
But Gary Oldman, Slow Horses. I had a great time with everyone today. I'm buying Pat Daly's book. I'm calling the Kensington Library and asking them to get it in. Thank you so much for having me on. I'll check you on Thursday.
ThePatDaly.com. Go there and you order the books and blah blah blah, and tell your librarian to get the books and all that stuff. All right, thanks. Have a great day, and we're gonna get out of here. All right, bye, Elizabeth. All right, so Funny Old Farts is Thursday night. Doors open 7 p.m. 18 years old to get in. If you're 17 years old, you just can look through the window, maybe get a glass. Do this on the window. And you'll be able to hear some funny old farts. Or just sit in the car with them on the way home, and you'll definitely get some funny old farts.
And on Friday the 20th, I'll be at Laguna Woods Village. Just go to my website to get information for that.
But you can't go to that anyway, right?
That's also going to be streamed on Plausible. Everything I'm doing, if I'm headlining, I'm streaming on Plausible.
Wow, look at you. Are you streaming this on Plausible?
I'm not headlining.
You are. This is your show. I don't know if you know about this, but this is your show, and I am just. It
was only my show while Rosemary was alive.
Or
what's the she died?
Or Rhonda Hansen.
I forgot Rhonda said that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're annoying little co-host there. Your corporate shill of a co-host.
So it's only black women that seem to think this is my show.
No, Rosemary wasn't black. Rosemary was not.
Oh,
black.
You know something? I was thinking because I know a Rosemary and she's black, and I didn't think I didn't think they came in any other color because I've only known one Rosemary, and that was her. She was black.
She's probably really white now. Now that all the blood is drained.
I mean, I knew a Rosemary, but that was from. I didn't really know her. She was on the Big Van Dyke Show.
I'm glad you didn't say that to Rosemary because she would have read you the Rosemary Riot Act. Not Rosemary.
The Rosemary Riot, 1963.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's pretty white now. If she was white when she was alive, she's definitely very white now.
Okay, so it's just women, and I stand corrected. I just assumed she was black because I've only known one Rosemary, and she was black.
You know something, I don't want to pre-announce something that may not happen, so I shouldn't, but I will. At some point in the near future, we're going to do a simulcast with somebody else who has a morning show. Somebody from, I'm just going to suggest this, and people can figure it out pretty easily.
Blind Mike. Is this Blind? Are we doing this with Blind Mike?
Fuck no. But Blind Mike, will notice it. I can guarantee that because it's somebody who was part of the '90s radio music scene.
You got Imus. You got damn it.
No, Imus is whiter. Imus is whiter than Rosemary right now.
Damn it. I can't think of any. You got the Grease Man. You got Grease Manelli.
You know what? I'd love to see if I could get Imus's wife, Deirdre, because she's probably about 50 now. I mean, he was robbing the cradle, right? But I'd love to get her and talk about her deceased husband. And what do you call her? What do you call that? It's not her ex-husband; it's her dead husband.
So she's widowed.
Yeah. Anyway, so
according to the song. When she's the widowed bride, according to the song.
All right.
Right?
Yeah. So now when you're doing your funny old fart thing, you know what I'm going to be doing?
Walking around Nappy?
Something. I'm going to be walking around Nappy, yeah, but I'll be walking around Nappy at Citi Field for the Mets while a young lady named Allie is doing this painting of a stadium or something.
I did something today that I was really reluctant. Okay, Brian from Crack the Sky has been like really, really cool to me. Really, really cool to us. But to me, I feel privileged being friends with him. And I didn't think of inviting him to the show because even though he's like not too, well, again, he's like an hour drive, but I was going to comp him the ticket, And I didn't do it because I thought to myself, I'm just a small-time comic. He's like, he's with like Crack the Sky, one of the greatest bands to ever grace the planet Earth. And so I thought that he would really be slumming it, to even come to my show. And so I didn't invite him until today, and I apologized to him, and I said that my confidence got in the way of my manners, and I should have invited you sooner. I don't know. I don't expect him to come, but it's one of those things where if he did come, I'd be like honored. But I don't expect him to come. You know what I'm saying?
Would it be the same as like if Dylan sat in a
No. Oh no. First of all, Brian has paid attention. He has listened to the show, so he has an idea of what I do here, like my minimal contribution. So he has an idea that I occasionally make people laugh, not you, but other people. So
when you say minimal contribution, you mean he tuned in on when Elizabeth was here?
I mean financially, I contribute very little financially.
Oh, because it seems like whenever Elizabeth's here, you go read books or something.
Oh no, actually, this is the first time I did that.
All right.
Usually I listen. I actually this time I was listening as well, but I didn't see any place where I was going to be able to contribute, so I just did my taxes.
I think Pat Bailey feels the same way.
So I just did my taxes. But now they're out of the way.
I feel like sort of the same way. I don't know. She was on something this morning, right?
I don't know the answer. No,
she's not here. We could talk bad about her.
But she's still listening, and I wouldn't talk about her behind her back anyway.
Oh, I will. Where's her back? I got to get...
it's over there.
All right.
At least that's where it was on my screen. On my camera, it was over there.
I appreciate Elizabeth's input. It made like I didn't have to talk that much, and I'm talking too much now, so I should.
Well, it's not a matter of us talking; it's a matter of letting the guests talk.
Yeah,
I'm used to you and I interrupting each other and not listening to each other. That's par for the course.
Yeah,
but when you're a guest, you should let the guests talk.
Yeah, I feel bad for Pat because, well, not to feel bad for him, but he wanted to come back because last time he was here, it was just me, you, and him, and his mic was having trouble, and he wanted to talk about his books. Came on for a second time, and the mic, even though his mic was working perfect, he didn't really get to say much. So, but maybe we'll let him try again one time, and whatever. And then we'll tell him not to forget to turn on his radio. Have a great day, folks.
Walk around nappy.
me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.